What's up Ozones, welcome to the Ozone and welcome to a FNAF theory video. Today we're actually going back to an old topic, and I'd like to quickly thank Underscore for presenting this idea on our podcast, the Dark Rooms Podcast. Go check it out on YouTube, on Spotify, and subscribe to Underscore. He does fantastic FNAF theory videos every now and then. Now on our second episode of the season, we discussed who we believe to be the identity of Patient 46, a topic that MatPat briefly talked about but couldn't actually solve. Well, today I think we have a really satisfying answer for you that's really simple to piece together, thematically fitting and extremely exciting for the upcoming Ruin DLC in 2023. So in the sister location room you can play all 16 discs from around the Mega Pizzaplex, and you can quickly piece together a few things. Firstly, there's two patients, and one of them is Vanessa. The other one is the polar opposite. They do take a butterscotch candy, they don't like flowers, they prefer dark spaces, and don't seem to fit the chair they are sitting in. This also seems to match up with Vanessa's type of personality presented to us in the special delivery emails. Here's the thing. Vanessa's split personality Vanny, who is under the control of Glitchtrap, can't be Patient 46, because the therapists have got the patients down under two separate people. Sure, they are opposites to each other, but under that mask is the same blonde-haired, green-eyed woman. The patient is also described to be pretty playful and childish, but that doesn't mean they are literally a child. Apparently Patient 46 had a childhood already, and not only that, but it turns out that this patient is a murderer. Throughout the 16 therapist tapes, we actually heard the voices of 5 different therapists. That's because, as explained, the prior therapists get killed off, probably because they get too close to the truth. But as the final 2 lines of the saga suggest, it is actually Patient 46, with their psychopathic tendencies, who is killing in this situation.
Why don't we come back to this another day? You're shaking your head as though that's not going to happen.
So who does that leave us with? Someone who isn't a child, seems to have a duality or a contrast with Vanessa, but isn't Vanessa, and is a murderer on the loose. Doesn't leave us with a ton of options, honestly. So maybe MatPat was right. This is totally a new character coming in the DLC, right? Wrong. Well, kinda right and kinda wrong. But there's one thing I would like to draw your attention to, and that's the fact that Patient 46, as MatPat correctly stated, doesn't have a voice. Throughout the entirety of the tapes, they don't say a word, they just nod and shake their head, they listen deeply and smile with a sinister manner. And the reason this is so important is because it might have come down to degrees of freedom. Out of the scope of FNAF, creating a mystery can be quite tough and limiting at times. Obviously you don't want to give things away, you want people to search for things and get rewarded for solving puzzles, and in this case, adding a voice to this character would probably be a dead giveaway on who it is. If it was a new character, there would be absolutely no issue with this. In fact, it would probably be smarter to give a voice if this were true. The fact that there is no voice, however, tells me not only a lot about the nature of this character, but also the possibility that it's someone we've heard before. Notice how I said heard and not seen. That's why I'm pretty confident in the conclusion Underscore gave in our podcast episode. There's one other person, supposedly alive in this world, that was exposed to the Glitchtrap virus. That's right, my friends, I believe fully the Patient 46 is none other than Tape Girl. Here's the thing about FNAF VR. I'd say 90% of it is solved. We know from the FNAF AR emails how Afton got in. We know what happened to Jeremy. We now know the tale of the rogue indie developer Steve Snodgrass. We know about Silver Parasol Games and the whole origins of the Vanny identity. But there's one person I still have questions about to this day, and that is Tape Girl. She seems to have had a bigger impact on the story than we first thought. If this is the big twist of the Ruin DLC, I think it would be very well done and would honestly make a lot of sense. So why and how could it be Tape Girl? Well, point 1, she definitely isn't Vanessa. Tape Girl worked in the tech department for a company completely different to Vanessa's senior IT job at Fazbear Entertainment Incorporated. They also, of course, have completely different voices. Here's the thing, she may not be Vanessa directly, but there's a slight chance she could actually be related. As we did talk about before, there's no way that Patient 46 is Vanessa, but they are still most likely someone who knows about Vanessa and could be related. In Security Breach Fury's Rage, which actually ended up containing a lot of clues about the upcoming Security Breach game, we are also introduced to an enemy called the VR Sisters. Everything in the spin-off game can be connected to past characters and concepts, from the FNAF AR skins to a FNAF 4 Dream Theory Basilisk. But the VR Sisters, well, what does that refer to? Though it's only speculation at this point, I do think this could be Vanessa and Tape Girl as the only two alive players of the FNAF VR game, both female and probably both possessed by Glitchtrap. This possession would make sense as to why Tape Girl is suddenly a murderer. The only thing is, we haven't seen or heard of her other personality. The other thing I feel the need to point out is Security Breach's fire escape ending. In the ending, Vanny is killed and revealed to be Vanessa, but the post-credit scene shows Vanessa, still alive, looking over the side of the building. How does that make sense, unless of course one of these isn't Vanessa and is instead a twin or a VR sister? But perhaps the thing that made it all click for me is the fact that we do actually know Tape Girl's voice. If we heard Patient 46 speak and connected it to Tape Girl, it would obviously be a dead giveaway about what kind of situation we are dealing with. But the voice is hidden, and I feel like that was an intentional choice. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. Remember that this is just a theory and you don't have to believe what I believe. If you did enjoy, make sure to subscribe and let me know that you like this sort of content. Anyway, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you later. Goodbye.